friends, I am Amrutendu Anil. Today we are going to discuss about switching in computer science. There are mainly two kinds of switching, circuit switching and packet switching. Now let us understand the concept. Now we can go detail into the topic. First, let us see what is meant by switching. In large network, there may be more than one paths for transmitting data from center to receiver. In case of the small networks, it is much easier to transmit the data from center to receiver, but in case of large networks, a path have to be chosen and it can be more than one path also. Selecting a path that data must take out of the available options is called as switching. Now there are mainly two types of switching. They are circuit switching and packet switching. Now let us see what is meant by circuit switching. It is a type of switching in which a dedicated channel or circuit is established for the duration of communication. It is a method used by the old traditional telephone call carried over the public switched telephone network, also referred to as plain old telephone services. From this we can understand it is connection oriented. A dedicated path has to be established between the sources and the destination before the transfer of data commences, and once the data is transmitted the path is relinquished. Now let us see how it works. The PSTN networks are connected through central offices which act as a telephone exchanges, each serving a certain geographical area. Each central offices which act as a telephone exchanges, and each telephone exchanges which consist of a certain geographical area, and the connection must be established before they start their conversation. Once the channel is decided, it guarantees the full bandwidth and remains connected for the duration of communication session until the user terminates the connection. Which means while we are making a PSTN call, they offers or they guarantees us the full bandwidth and they will be remain connected for the duration by which we are communicating with each other. So now let us discuss briefly about what is meant by circuit switching. Firstly, it is connection oriented. A dedicated path has to be established between the sources and the destination before the transfer of data commences. Once the data is transmitted, the path will be relinquished. We know that it was initially designed for voice transfer and the entire message is received in the order sent by the source. Data is processed and transmitted at the source only. Now let us see about packet switching. It is connected through many routers with each serving different segments of network. In packet switching, the network is broken into different segments, or network is considered as different segments. Data is broken into packets before it is transported. Here our data is broken into different pieces and each piece is known as a packet. From here we can understand it is connectionless. There is no need to establish a dedicated path from source to the destination here. In packet switching, packets can travel any path on network to their destination because each packet contains an IP address and sequencing information. They don't need to follow each other. They can travel any network path and they can find the fast channel available at any instance. The individual packets of message can received out of over and they don't need to be follow any dedicated path, or they don't need to be arrived in sequence because they have the ability to reassemble at the destination. The internet is based on a packet switching protocol, that is TCP bar IP. The protocol used by packet switching is TCP bar IP. Now let us discuss briefly about packet switching. It is connectionless. It was initially designed for data transfer. Data is processed and transmitted not only at the source but at each switching station. And it need not to follow any order or sequence because it have the ability to reassemble at the destination. They have its own IP address, but in case of circuit switching they lack that. They do not have their own IP address. That's all about circuit switching and packet switching. Hope you all understood the concept. With this, I am concluding. Thanks for watching my video.